What's up, guys? Welcome back to Daniel Talks Football right here on YouTube. I'm Daniel and we are back with another video. In this video, we're going to be discussing 5 players from Ligue 1 that need to move to your club this summer. Before we do get into the video, please make sure to like the video, comment down below, and also subscribe to the channel. Go over and follow the Instagram and the TikTok, Daniel Talks Football on both. I posted to the Instagram in the first time in like a month, so go over, check that out, and yeah. Make sure to follow both. And we'll get straight into the video with the first player, and that is Renato Sanches. Renato Sanches is a 25-year-old Portuguese centre mid currently playing for PSG. He's only played 18 games this season in the league, and however, we all know Sanchez's quality and how good Renato actually is as a player. Obviously, he came through and he got that big move to Bayern, which didn't work out, but then he really did manage to sort of resurrect his career at Lille to the point where obviously he got that move to PSG, but it doesn't have really seemed to work out. If we do look at his time at Lille, however, he created 35 chances for them last season while having a 70% success rate on his dribbles. Success rate. Renato Sanches is an excellent player, and with PSG not having used him as much as he would maybe have expected to be used this season, he could certainly be available for a value of around 20 million this summer. Where do I think he will go? I think Wolves could be an excellent destination for him. I could see them doing it, and obviously it's Portuguese. So yeah, let's see what happens with him. But he is definitely a player that I think should be on the move this summer and will be a very good addition to many clubs. Next up, we have Jonathan Klaus. Klaus is a 30-year-old French right-back playing for Marseille. He's got 1 goal and 8 assists in the Ligue 1 this season. However, it was when he was at his previous club, RC Lens, when he was at his absolute best. A massive 16 goal involvements in the league for Klaus was from right-back is the total he got last season for Lens. While Marseille have only recently brought him for €7.5 million, I have a feeling they would be happy to double their money in quite quick succession for a 30-year-old. If a Premier League club this summer wanted to go out and bid 15 to 20 million euros for him, I'm sure Marseille would take that for a 30-year-old right back, and that isn't much money for a Premier League club who would be picking up a top quality right back. Get it done is my message. I think he's a really good option for lots of clubs this summer, and experience at the age of 30, cheap, and a very good player. So yeah, get it done. Next up, we have a guy who I think everybody knew was going to be on this list. It's Jonathan David. Of course he was going to be on this list. David is now 23 years old, playing as a striker for Lille. He has got 21 goals this season in Ligue 1 alone. However, what's possibly a bit more impressive than this is that it's actually underperforming his XG by around 0.5 of a goal. This shows that, when a player is massively outperforming, his numbers are massively outperforming his expected goals, you can expect them to sort of drop back down to what those numbers suggest. It's not always the case, and obviously for one-off seasons you can overperform. But over the long term, you would be expected to drop down and perform at those kind of levels. However, with David overperforming his XG this season, which he also did last season when he finished with an XG of 15.3 XG and got a total of 15 league goals, it shows how much of a top striker he is. David's going to cost a lot this summer, obviously, coming from Lille, the Canadian. He's got a contract expiring in 2025, so he'll have 2 years left on it this summer. I think he would probably be available for around 65 to 70 million euros. Thankfully, that contract isn't too long, so you possibly could get in there and pick him up. And I think for a lot of clubs who are looking for a striker, United are looking for a striker, Chelsea are looking for a striker. Will Arsenal possibly be looking for a striker? Maybe now they've bought Trossard, and possibly not, but I still see them possibly wanting to pick somebody up. Spurs, if they lose Kane, will be looking for a striker. You've got lots of top clubs looking for a striker, and I think Jonathan David will be getting a move. Obviously, PSG could also be looking for new attacks as well if they were to lose Lionel Messi. So 65 to 70 million, I think, would be the valuation that Lille would slap on him, and I do feel like he would be somebody who would be picked up. Next up, we have Facundo Medina. Medina is a 23-year-old Argentinian centre-back currently playing for RC Lens in Ligue 1. One of the best things about Medina is he's another one of those super rare, super sought-after left-footed centre-backs. He's got a contract expiring in 2026, which means he could be available for around 15 to 20 million this summer. We've seen Lons don't price their players too high and are actually happy to sell for around the valuations they should be valued at. And I feel like Medina, 15 to 20 million, you could pick him up for that kind of price. Many clubs are on the hunt for a new left-footed centre-back who can obviously play on that left of a 2 or even a 3. And I do feel like Medina could do that. I feel like he'll definitely be on the move this summer. I think he would be an excellent pickup for any side that does need a new centre-back. And then last but not least, we've actually got 2 centre-backs to finish this off. It's Disasi. Now, this guy is really, really good. And you can tell that because I included him in the How to Fix Manchester United video that launched on Friday. So if you haven't checked that out, go and do that now. Shameless promotion from me. Disasi, 25, and is playing for a centre-back for Monaco in Ligue 1. He's got a contract expiring in 2025. So only 2 years remaining on that deal. I think now is the perfect time to go and pick him up, and he would be an excellent option for any club who wants a new centre-back this summer. How much do I think you can get him for? Again, I think you're possibly looking at 20, 25, 30, maybe even a bit more, depending on what kind of club he's moving to. I said for him to move to United next summer, but that's again because of the FFP restrictions, and if they could get him this summer, then I'd definitely recommend doing that. But I think there'll be clubs going in for him this summer, and I definitely think he's a player that does need to be picked up. Where do you think Disasi will go, and where do you think the rest of the players on this list will go? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you all again in the next video. See ya!